In this topic, what we are going to see is these are the contents of this topic. First, we will see what is Bloom's taxonomy, then framing of course outcomes, case study preparation, measuring the outcomes, achievements, and the activities. So these are the contents of this particular session. So before we start with this topic, first let us understand what are the outcomes. So when we are talking about outcome based education, so what basically outcomes are and what are the various levels of outcomes. So this we need to understand. So first outcome that we need to understand here is program educational objectives. So program educational objectives are the outcomes which are desired in the graduates from our programs after 3 to 5 years of the graduation from the particular course. So what program means? Program means is the program that is like BTech in computer science and engineering. This is a program. BTech in electrical engineering. This is a program. So when we are talking about program educational objectives, so this program educational objectives basically they are achieved after 3 to 5 years or 4 to 5 years of graduation from that particular program. And when we like our alumni, they will be going in the industry, and after collecting the feedbacks from them, whatever they have learned in that particular 4 years of their degree program, whatever they might have learned, so how far it is being utilized in their particular industry, that we need to assess, and then only we will be able to achieve this program educational objectives. Second level of outcome is the program outcomes. As I said, program means BTech degree in electrical engineering, Bachelor of Science degree, or any other degree program or diploma program or any other program if we are talking about, that is called as the program. So program outcomes basically these are given by the respective statutory bodies, like program outcomes of engineering, MBA, MCA, all these are given by the NBA. So we will be talking about MBA, what is MBA and how is it, how far it is useful for us, that we will see in the subsequent slide. Next is program specific outcomes. Program specific outcome means when I say program outcome is general to the complete fraternity. Like if engineering is a program, so engineering irrespective of the degree, program outcome will be same. So program outcome of BTech in computer science and engineering will be same as that of the program outcomes of the data science, or program outcomes of BTech in electrical, or program outcomes of information technology. So in general, if we are talking about engineering curriculum, so engineering curriculum will have the same program outcome. Then when we switch the domain, like if we switch the domain from engineering to let's say MBA, let's say to MCA, or let's say to diploma in engineering. So as we switch the program from one point to another point, the program outcomes also change. Okay, so this we will see in detail in subsequent slide. And next is the program specific outcome. So if I say computer science is a program, so BTech in computer science and engineering will have a program specific outcome. Program specific outcomes are very much specific to that particular program, and it will differ from institute to institute. But program outcome, it will not differ from institute to institute. Okay, so this is the major difference between program outcome and program specific outcome. And last is the course outcome. So course outcome means course which we are going to teach in our 4 years curriculum, like the courses right from the semester 1 to semester 8 in case of BTech engineering, in case of diploma 3 years, in case of MCA, MBA 2 years. So based on the number of years, we will be checking how many semesters they will be delivering, and that will be more important for us. So this is the levels of outcome. Next, if we talk about the program outcomes, which we have just now said, previously there were 12 program outcomes. So this we need to understand. Previously MBA has given 12 program outcomes. These are the 12 program outcomes which were given by MBA. But very recently MBA has revised their guidelines. Okay? So this you all need to understand, whether we are in tier 1 or we are in tier 2. Tier 1 means the institutes which are autonomous, which are like NIT, IITs, autonomous, deemed university, all these are the tier 1 institutes. And tier 2 means those who are still following the university curriculum, those are the tier 2 institutes. So tier 1 or tier 2, the NBA has given changes in this particular 12 program outcomes. Now NBA has come up with the 11 program outcomes. We will see one by one what are the 11 program outcomes. But before that, let us understand this program outcomes are divided in 3 categories. Categories are knowledge, skill and attitude. So if we are talking about the scattering of this particular program outcomes, so there are 12 program outcomes which are given by NBA previously, and now it is revised. So after revisions, if we take the case, this is the revisions, this is the revised program outcomes which is given by the NBA. Now what is the revisions? I will explain in detail. So engineering knowledge is as it is, there is no change in PO1 which was engineering knowledge. Previously also it was engineering knowledge, now also it's engineering knowledge. Okay. Second is problem analysis. Previously also it was problem analysis, now also it's problem analysis. Then PO3 was design development of solution. Previously also it was design development of solutions only, now also it's design development of solution. Fourth is conduct investigation of complex problem. This was also same as the previous NBA guidelines, now also it is the same. Now there is a change in PO5. So previously PO5 was, let me here, PO5 you can see what is written here, it is written modern tool usage. So this was the previous guidelines by NBA given program outcomes. PO5 was modern tool usage, now they have revised it to engineering tool usage. Is it clear? What is the revision? Revision is engineering tool usage. Now the modern word they have removed. Why modern word is removed? Now everything is modern. Each and every program is utilizing all the modern tools in their day-to-day activities. So modern word they have removed. Instead of modern, they have written as engineering tool usage. Okay. Next is PO6. Again, there is a change in PO6. Let us see what is the change. Previously, it was the engineer and society. Now it is the engineer and world. So, to a larger perspective, they have changed this. Larger perspective means previously it was only society. Now it's the entire world. Okay. Then PO7 ethics. Previously also it was environment and sustainability. Ethics was PO8. So they have shifted it to the PO7. Then PO8 is individual and collaborative teamwork. Basically individual and teamwork. This was the PO number 9. Previously PO number 9 was individual and teamwork. Now they have changed the nomenclature as collaborative work. Now it's no more a teamwork, it's now a collaborative work. Collaborative work means it may be in team, it may be in different types of team, it may be in multidisciplinary type of team as well. So that's why the nomenclature is slightly changed. Then PO10 was previously communication, now it is PO9 as communication. Then PO11 was project management and finance, now PO10 is project management and finance, and PO12 is PO12 was lifelong learning, now it is shifted to PO11. Okay, so these are the major changes which NBA has done in case of the program outcomes. This we need to understand now. Whatever programs they will be going for NBA in coming days, in the coming sessions, they have to go in this format. Okay. I have already written, you can see it's with effect from 1st January 2025. So this is the latest one which they have given. Again, as previously we have mapped, still now also we can map this as knowledge, skills and attitude. So according to that we have to check this. Now coming to the Bloom's taxonomy. So in the first session, Dr. Atul Vadegavkar sir have explained you about the analytics part. So analytic part means he has shown you a case study of medical domain, not engineering domain. So you have rightly pointed, he has rightly pointed that in medical field they are concerned with so many things. Why? Because they are generating doctors, or the program from which the graduates will be coming out, they are going to become doctors. Doctor means they are going to deal with the patients, they are going to cure the different type of diseases, and for that micro level, nano level analysis needs to be done. That was the reason why he has put a more stress on nano level, macro level, micro level, and then at the larger level. But here in our case, unfortunately or fortunately, I cannot say, we don't go, we never go to that much details. So I will explain quickly that there are three domains basically of learning. Learning domains, you can see cognitive domain, affective domain, and the psychomotor domain. Cognitive domain deals with the human brain part. Everything that comes from the brain is the cognitive domain. Affective domain is the affection that we have, and third type of domain is the psychomotor domain. Psychomotor domain means the actionable part. That part is called as the psychomotor domain. So these are the three learning domains. In these three domains, we have to align our curriculum. Our curriculum has to be aligned in this particular domain. Like if we are developing engineers and that engineer doesn't have affective domain, he doesn't have affection, then he is not going to become an engineer, he will become a robot, right? Because robots don't have emotion. We don't know in coming days how robots will have emotions. Maybe in coming days people will develop robots with emotions as well. But as of now, there is no emotions from the for the robots, right? But the engineers, if they don't have affective domain, if they don't have the emotions with them, then they cannot emotionally attach with their team, and the output will not come. Similarly, psychomotor domain, like the practicals which students perform in our classes. For practical performing, they need to collaborate with their colleagues. They need to perform physical activities, like if we say chemistry. In chemistry, they are performing an experiment. In the experiment, they need to measure quantity of any chemical or something into that beaker or pipette or burette, whatever it is. So for that, they will require this psychomotor domain. Psychomotor domain means reflex domain. And if, let's say, physically disabled student is there and we want to communicate with that student, how then we will communicate with that student? Because physically challenged student who is not able to hear, who is not able to speak, for him we need to talk with them, we need to communicate with them with the language of signs only. So that is what is the psychomotor domain. So when we club all these domains into the learning outcome becomes more specific, it can be more measurable, or it can be attainable. So this is what we understand by the Bloom's taxonomy level, and with the help of this Bloom's taxonomy level, the outcomes. So Bloom's has defined the levels of outcomes. There are 6 levels of outcomes: level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5, and level 6. So level 6 is the topmost level, that is the create level. And create level means naturally when we are developing engineers, and these engineers will perform the complex engineering task in the coming days. They will be going to the industries, they will be solving the problems of the industries. Like in morning we were discussing about the hackathon part, and the problem statements, if we are giving them, they must be in a position to solve that problem statements, right? Because what actually we do in our classes, we teach them written notes, and we expect that they should write everything from that notes. Even many times, if they don't write from that notes, we don't give them marks as well. Many times, and if the student comes to us and says, "Okay, sir, why you have not given me marks for this question? I have written everything. What is required?" Many times, what we say, you have not written what we have written. बोलते हैं ना, बहुत बार बोलते हैं, am I right? है ना, हमने आपको जो दिया वो आपने नहीं लिखा, आपने अपने हिसाब से लिखा, तो अपने हिसाब से लिखा तो हम आपको मार्क्स नहीं देंगे, बट दैट इज नॉट द लर्निंग आउटकम। इफ द स्टूडेंट इज राइटिंग फ्रॉम हिज ओन, है ना, वो अगर अपने लैंग्वेज में लिख रहा है, व्हाट इज द प्रॉब्लम? बट यस, द कंटेंट्स और द whatever is asked in that question, the answer has to be to the point, to that point, then we can award the marks, right? So that level, if we are talking about that level, maybe the level 5 or level 6, that is the evaluate level and the create level. So if we are talking about evaluate level and create level, analyze, evaluate and create, basically these three levels are considered as the higher order thinking level. Which level? Higher order thinking level. Why? Because it requires higher order thinking, है ना, that student has to think. If that student is writing the answer by his own, he is not writing the answer which you have given in the form of notes. So that student has given a thought to it, right? That student has given a thought to the question that you have asked him, and he has written it in his own language. So that can form the part of the create level, but we will see how it will form the part of the create level. So below this, that is remember, understand and apply, these are the levels which are the lower order thinking. Why? Because not much of the brain is utilized to answer this type of questions which are there in this level, that is level 1, level 2 and level 3. But apart from this level 4, 5, 6, it requires certain amount of the memory usage from that particular student. That's why that level is called as the higher order thinking. Okay. So these are the keywords. We will be sharing all this with all the participants. So you will come to know that these are the keywords which are which actually defines this particular level, that is remember level, then understand level. These are the keywords. So whatever we will be asking question to the students in the question paper, the keywords has to be from this particular list. Then only we will say that okay, this level, level 3 and so on. We go to this. Then how to frame the course outcomes. So this is very important. If you are in an university affiliated system, that is the IFU system, then many times university itself gives the course outcomes framed from their end. Many times college frames the course outcomes from their end. So whatever it is, like if the university has given you or you are defining it, if you are defining it, then you have to define it properly, and there is a particular procedure for defining it that we will discuss over here. So you can see here knowledge categories I have written here. Knowledge categories means there are 4 type of knowledge categories. Whenever we are defining a course outcome, out of these 4 categories, which component you are using in your course outcome, that will define how you are going to ask the questions to the student for that particular part. Otherwise, it is difficult to assess the student for that particular part. Like if I am saying the knowledge categories is factual, conceptual, procedural and metacognitive. Metacognitive is the highest level. Highest level means in that level the student is going to apply everything that he has grasped in the class when you were doing the content delivery part. Right? So like unit 1 is being taught to the student, and the student have attended almost all the lectures of that particular session, and after attending all those lectures, if the student want to summarize all the contents which is taught in the class, then we can say that metacognitive part is being presented to the student. Why? Because he is going to gather all the contents that he has gathered in the class. है ना? तो content मिल गया, but content मिलने के बाद if you are giving everything to the student, right, from the question answer format notes, then nothing is being prepared by the student in order to do the judgment that how far he has understood that particular topic, right? If he is able to summarize everything that you have taught him, then we can say that metacognitive level is achieved. Otherwise, we cannot say that metacognitive level is achieved for that particular subject. Okay, so this is very important. And when we talk about this domain, then this domain needs to be analyzed in that particular part. So this is the taxonomy table, which just now I have said that there are 6 layers or 6 levels which we have seen Bloom's has given. So in these 6 levels, when we categorize our knowledge process dimension, then this categorization is more effective, and then this categorization can be given a thought that how this course should be there, how to design a course, and after designing course what topics are to be covered in that course in the content delivery part. That all can be taught in this particular portion. So now let us come to the course outcome defining process. So in course outcome defining process, this is the standard structure. What we can say, this is the standard structure, means it is expected that the course coordinator should design the course outcome considering this portions, that is action work, knowledge, condition and criteria. Out of this condition and criteria, these are optional. Like if you are not giving condition and criteria, your course outcome statement will be prepared. There is no problem in that. Course outcome statements can be prepared accordingly, but without condition and criteria, that sentence will be incomplete. Even though your course outcome will be developed, your course outcome will be there with you, but then the course outcome will not be 100% correct. So if you want that your course outcome should be 100% correct, then action work, knowledge, condition, criteria, all these 4 dimensions has to be covered in your course outcome. Now let us see, this is the example. This I have took from the NPTEL course of MBA accreditation teaching engineering teaching learning NEET. So you can see that I have written a course outcome here, determine the root of given equation accurate to second decimal place using Newton-Raphson method. So if we break up this course outcome in the let's go back to the previous slide. In this 4 categories, if we divide, then you will come to know that first is the action work. So what is action work which we have used here? The action work which we have used here is determine. So determine comes in the apply level. Apply level is the 3rd level of your taxonomy layer. Then second is the knowledge. So root of the given equation, which is conceptual and procedural. Just now I have shown you the knowledge dimensions. In that knowledge dimension, root of the given equation, this is conceptual and procedural. Then third is the condition. Condition is using Newton-Raphson method. So roots can be found out by many ways. So out of those ways, which way we have asked? We have asked the way of Newton-Raphson method. And last one is the criteria. Criteria is accurate to second decimal. So what I have told you just now is condition and criteria, these are not compulsory element. Compulsory element means if you remove this condition and criteria, like if from this statement I remove using Newton-Raphson as well as accurate to second decimal place, then what will be the course outcome statement? Reframe it. Course outcome statement will be determine the root of the given equation, full stop. Okay, let's say I remove the further part, that is accurate to second decimal place using Newton-Raphson. Remove कर दिया मैंने वहाँ से. The statement course outcome statement तो बन गया और वो सही भी है, कोई बोलेगा नहीं कि ये गलत है ना? But then if you add this to, that is condition and criteria, this statement becomes more meaningful. Okay, is it clear? So this is what we understand from this particular topic. Then what to do and what not to do while framing the course outcomes. So this is the list of the do's and don'ts. So what you should do and what you should not do while framing a course outcome. This is given in this particular slide. So always use only one action verb. Why is it so? If you are using more than one action verb, then you have to do the assessment also accordingly. And many times it becomes difficult for us to do the assessment in multiple levels. Multiple level means if we have set a course outcome in apply level, it is easy for us to do the assessment in apply level. But if in one statement itself we are making apply as well as analyze, let's say 2 levels we have added, है ना? 2 levels if we are going to add apply level, analyze level or understand level, apply level. So we need to do the assessment also in both the levels. Is it possible for us? Is it possible for us to do the assessment in both the levels if we are framing our course outcome statement in 2 levels? Right? So that's why we need to check it. Do not use words including like, such as, different, various, etc. with respect to knowledge elements. Okay, so never use ambiguous statement, various or like in previous slide which we have seen the course outcome. If we would have added determine the root of the given equation using various method. Using various method, will it be correct? Which method? There are various methods, Newton-Raphson, Runge-Kutta, modified Euler. There are various methods with the help of which the equations of a given, the roots of a given equation can be determined. But which method is to be used? If you are not specifying it, then how the instructor will teach that particular method? Okay? So do not use words including like, such as, different, various, etc. with respect to knowledge elements. And third is enumerate all the knowledge elements, putting all possible efforts to make CO statement as detailed as possible and measurable, and do not make it either too abstract or too specific. ठीक है, बहुत ज़्यादा लेंथी में भी मत बनाइए और बहुत ज़्यादा शॉर्ट भी मत बनाइए, so that आपका जो कोर्स आउटकम है वो ही क्वेश्चनेबल हो जाए, है ना, कि हाउ कोर्स आउटकम्स आर फ्रेम्ड, है ना. And this is very specific to the tier 1 institute. If there is a tier 2 institute, many times we can escape from that process कि ये तो यूनिवर्सिटी ने दिया है हमें, हमने as it is वैसे लिया. But if you become a tier 1 institute, then it's really difficult to defend the course outcome statement once the evaluators will come to us. Okay, so हमारे कॉलेज से जितने भी है वो सबको पता होना चाहिए कि हम अभी टायर 1 हो गए. सो आप जो भी कोर्स पढ़ा रहे हो उसका जो कोर्स आउटकम आप फ्रेम करोगे इट शुड बी ऑफ दैट सेट. ठीक है. देन एज द एफडीपी इज ऑन एआई टूल्स, हाउ टू मेक यूज ऑफ एआई टूल्स फॉर फ्रेमिंग कोर्स आउटकम. You can make use of prompt engineering in Gemini as well as ChatGPT for making your course outcomes. Okay, it's the best tool which you can use in order to have the better course outcomes or the specific course outcomes for your particular course. But you have to understand how to do the prompts. है ना, prompt engineering आपने अगर सीखी, जैसे सर ने सुबह बताया फर्स्ट सेशन में कि there are 4 to 5 courses in prompt engineering. If you can master in it, you can have a better understanding. Okay. Again, this is the checklist. How to identify the curricular gaps. Okay, so I have shared कि MBA में हमें 12 प्रोग्राम आउटकम्स दिए हैं, अभी 11 होंगे, but in the case study I have used 12, and the program specific outcome. There are 12 POs which are given by MBA previously. Now it is changed to 11, and PSO is 1, 2, and 3. Then Sarka, Surika, सुरेखा देखो कुछ, अदरवाइज यहाँ से है यहाँ पे. So when we align our curriculum with the program outcomes, है ना, हमारा जो course outcomes है, course outcome को जब हम align कर रहे हैं हमारे program outcome के साथ में, that becomes the articulation matrix of that particular course. ठीक है, उस course का articulation matrix बन गया. ठीक है, left side में हमने हमारे suppose 5 program outcomes हमने इस particular course के दिए हैं. एंड यहाँ पे हम आगे स्प्रेड अप कर रहे हैं, उनको हम मैप कर रहे हैं उनके प्रोग्राम आउटकम से. There are various ways with which we can do. The way which we have done here is the probability matrix. ठीक है, हमने क्या किया हुआ है, प्रोग्राम आउटकम को स्प्लिट किया हुआ है. क्या किया है, प्रोग्राम आउटकम को स्प्लिट किया है. फर्स्ट प्रोग्राम आउटकम इज बेस्ड ऑन द इंजीनियरिंग नॉलेज. So in engineering knowledge we have 4 keywords. We have to that 4 keywords. If all the 4 keywords are mapping in our course outcome, then the probability of that PO is 100%. So the strength is 3. Okay, there are 3 strength, 1, 2 and 3. 1 is the low, 2 is the moderate and 3 is the strong. So how we have mapped? 3 means 100% probability, 2 means 75% probability and 1 means 50% probability. If it is mapping only for 25%, it will not be any strength, means the strength will be 0. So likewise we have mapped here, and average we have to, and the gap we have identified here is, here you can see the gap is PO5 to PO11 is not getting mapped here. Yeah? But what on the other side what we are saying is, when the student will be graduating from our 4 years curriculum, we need to have all the program outcomes with that student. Then if our courses itself is not getting mapped with many of the POs, how we can expect कि ये सारे POs वो student में आ जाए? Then there is a curricular gap, and then we need to understand how to fill this curricular gap with the different activities. Right? So then we need to take the help of different activities which we perform in our class apart from the regular assessment, and for that we will require rubrics. Rubrics means when we give an activity, let's say it's an assignment. So in assignment you are asking, let's say 5 questions, 6 questions, and what you are expecting from your student, how much question the student should answer, so that you will give the particular marks, and what will be the parameters based on which the judgment is to be done. So that is nothing but the rubrics. So in rubrics we have performance criteria and the scales in which we measure, and this we need to give it to the student, because OB is a transparent system. We cannot do the things hidden with the student. We have to be very much fair with the student, very much transparent with the student, that this is the rubrics based on which you are going to be judged. So that after getting the marks, the student doesn't comes with a grievance. Grievance, he may not raise the grievance that why you have given me this much mark and why my fellow colleagues are being awarded with some other category of marks. So then you will be able to show the rubrics to the student. See, this is the rubrics. Based on this rubrics, your colleague has scored this much, and based on the rubrics, you have scored this much. So this is why we require the rubrics. Then when we say higher order thinking and lower order thinking, if our course outcomes are in lower order thinking pattern, we cannot judge them in higher order thinking. But yes, the activities are with us, and from activities we can do this. Let's see how this is done. So quickly we will move through this. So OB is basically a design down process. Why design down process? The lowest level that you can see is the course outcome. Course outcomes are coming from your courses which you are teaching throughout the semester. Semester 1, semester 2, semester 3 and so on. Right? So based on that course outcomes only your program outcome is going to get achieved, and based on your program outcomes your program educational objectives are going to get achieved, and based on your program educational objective the vision and mission of the institute is going to get achieved. So that's why this complete process is a design down process. Which type of process? Design down process. So design down process, OB curriculum, we have the course outcomes at the very basic level. So these are the building blocks, and based on that only we will be assessing our student. So now let us focus on this particular table. Before few slides I have shown you a taxonomy table, right? In that taxonomy table, on one hand there was knowledge category domains or dimensions like factual, procedural, metacognitive, all these were the dimensions, and on the right side we have the 6 levels: level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5, level 6. Let's say I have aligned my program in this way. I will show what all these colors are. So these colors, let's say 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1 is in understand level, then second is in apply level, third is in remember level, and fourth is in analyze level. So these 4 statements I have written. Let's see. This I have taken from medical domain itself because it was more relevant and it was more specific to show the case study from their domain. Engineering domain में हम अभी भी बहुत कुछ नहीं कर रहे हैं. It's a bitter part of us, but we are not doing many things which we are actually expected to do. ठीक है, क्यों नहीं कर रहे वो आपको शायद ज़्यादा अच्छे से पता होगा. But yes, we are not doing many things which we are expected to do in OBE. So one is have a general understanding of the structure and functions of organs in the body. Okay. 2 is apply the principles and techniques of statistics and modeling. 3 is demonstrate knowledge of the more significant organizational reforms in policing. 4 is be able to critically reflect on their own process as a postural counsel. ठीक है, तो ये 4 आउटकम्स उन्होंने डिफाइन किए हुए हैं और ये 4 आउटकम को टैक्सोनॉमी टेबल में, जैसे लास्ट स्लाइड में बताया, टैक्सोनॉमी टेबल में इसको इस तरीके से प्लेस किया. अब इसका हमें क्या करना है, इसका हमें लेना है हमारे असेसमेंट्स. Go back to the cycle. Yes. So yellow color is outcomes from the course, red is the activities, and blue is the assessment. So this is a non-aligned curriculum. As you can see, the name of this slide is non-aligned curriculum. Means we have framed the curriculum, we have said everything, but we have not done the alignment. Why? See, your course outcomes are here in remember and understand level. You are doing your activities in the apply and analyze level, and you are doing your assessment in the evaluate and create level. So this is a non-aligned curriculum. Is it clear? Why non-aligned curriculum? Because the framework is going somewhere else, activities are going somewhere else, and assessment is going somewhere else. So when you set a course outcome, you have to be very specific that outcomes have some achievements as well at the end. But if the achievements are not coming, that means there is a problem with your complete alignment itself. So that you need to understand. Then let's say कि if we are aligning it, है ना, हमने align कर दिया but बहुत specific नहीं किया, तो किस तरीके से ये चार्ट बनेगा, वो यहाँ पे मैंने प्रेजेंट करने की कोशिश की है कि आउटकम्स भी बनाए, एक्टिविटीज भी ली और असेसमेंट भी ली. बट you can see the number of things that is written here. आपके आउटकम्स 5 थे, एक्टिविटीज 4 थे, असेसमेंट सिर्फ 3 था. सेम इसको अगर यहाँ पे मैंने क्लियर किया तो आपके आउटकम्स 4 थे, आउटकम्स 5 थे, एक्टिविटीज 4 थे और असेसमेंट सिर्फ 3. इट्स नॉट फेयर, है ना. इफ यू आर setting 5 course outcomes of that particular course, you should have those many number of activities also. Otherwise, how your course outcomes will be mapped based on that. So that's why we need to focus on this, and we need to understand with the help of this particular triangle, which I have given the name as ABC triangle. Let us see what is A, B, and C, and how your assessment has to be coordinated accordingly. Right? So आप जैसे आउटकम्स बना रहे हो, आपके एक्टिविटीज भी वैसे ही चाहिए, देन आपका जो असेसमेंट है वो भी वैसे ही चाहिए. इज इट क्लियर? In case of tier 2 institute, like you are from tier 2 institute, so what you can do for this, because you are not setting EAMCEM question paper, है ना, आपका जो यूनिवर्सिटी क्वेश्चन पेपर है वो तो यूनिवर्सिटी पूछ रहे हैं, but what you have in your hand is the internal assessment, right? So in this internal assessment, how fair enough justice you can do with your course outcome, that you need to change, है ना. You have then your assignments, your other parts which you can have, all those things you can see with that type of assessment, right? So A is, to what extent does the assessment measure the outcomes? B is, to what extent instructional activities fit the outcome? And C is, this should be C, it's mistaken. Are we teaching what is being tested? है ना, हम जो कंटेंट डिलीवरी कर रहे हैं क्लास में, क्या हम वो उस इंटेंशन से कर रहे हैं कि उसकी टेस्टिंग उस हिसाब से होनी चाहिए? Okay, so that we need to understand, and if not, then we need to align everything accordingly, and based on that only our achievements will be in the form of accreditations, right? So why people are colleges are applying for the accreditation body? Like recently we had the NBA accreditation of civil engineering and electronics and communication engineering. हाँ? अच्छा, सेशन ही चल रहा था, ठीक है ना, सर से फोन पे बात कर लूँगा मैं, है ना? सो आउटकम क्या है? आउटकम ये सब चीज़ों का ये है कि if we are applying for some accreditation body, whether it is NAAC, whether it is NBA, whether it is any form of any bodies, they require outcome, है ना? NAAC भी outcome based education बोलता है, NBA भी outcome based education बोलता है. For that matter, if you will go to any part, you will require this outcome based education, and for that you require an accreditation, है ना? How outer world is going to know that you have certain quality parameters with you, है ना? ये आउटर वर्ल्ड को आप कैसे बताओगे? आप आउटर वर्ल्ड को ये खुद से नहीं बता सकते ना कि वी आर फॉलोइंग ऑल द नॉर्म्स, वी आर फॉलोइंग ऑल द नॉर्म्स. दिस यू कैन नॉट से, दिस हैज टू बी सेड बाय समवन एल्स. हु इज दैट समवन एल्स? दैट समवन एल्स इज द एक्रेडिटेशन बॉडी, और एक्रेडिटेशन बॉडी आपको बताएगा कि यस यू आर टेस्टेड. ओके, आप नहीं बता सकते ना, आप खुद को कैसे बताओगे कि मैं सबसे अच्छा हूँ, है ना? आप नहीं बोल सकते ना मैं बेस्ट हूँ. ये मैं बेस्ट हूँ ये बोलने के लिए कोई और चाहिए. So who is that? All these bodies are the different bodies. Like if we take the focus on NBA, NBA इसलिए मैंने लिया हुआ है क्योंकि NBA ने ही outcome based education का foundation ले दिया है. NBA is the body who have given the outcomes of various domains, whether it is engineering, whether it is MBA, whether it is MCA, pharmacy. All these courses के जो all these programs के outcome जो है ये NBA ने दिए हुए हैं. ये बुट्टे सर और डिटेल में बताएंगे, ये बुट्टे सर है. एक्चुअली सेकेंड सेशन ही था उनका, बट ड्यू टू सम बिजी स्केड्यूल ही हैज scheduled it second post lunch. So from 2:30 we will have session of Dr. Butte sir from Ramdev Baba University. तो उसमें और डिटेल में बताएंगे. I class इस स्लाइड को कंक्लूड करूँगा सेशन. These are the various accreditation bodies like NAAC, NBA, NIRF, NABL. NABL कुछ लोगों के लिए नया हो सकता है. So NABL is basically lab accreditation body, है ना? आपको अगर आपके lab का accreditation कराना है, so NABL is the body who is certifying it. And if you do this certification, you can take the consultancies from industries. You can give the test reports to the industry. Like we have biotechnology, so biotechnology can give the test reports to the XYZ industry if you have your lab certified by NABL. So again NABL also requires outcome. So this is what we understand by this complete process, and ये आपको नोट करके रखना है. आफ्टर थर्ड सेशन आपको ये we will provide you the sheet, आपको इसमें ये लिख के देना है, okay? Because all this is going to be sent to the ministry from where we have received the grant, है ना? तो थर्ड सेशन जो है पोस्ट लंच के बाद का जो सेशन है उसके बाद आपको ये लिख के देना है. शीट वी विल सर्कुलेट, ठीक है? हम आपको शीट सर्कुलेट करेंगे. एक्चुअली ये थर्ड सेशन था इसीलिए मैंने ये लिखा हुआ था, है ना? थर्ड सेशन का पार्ट था ये, बट ड्यू टू सम बिजी शेड्यूल ही हैज rescheduled his session. He will be coming in third session now. This is the reason why I have added this slide. ठीक है? तो आपको ये आंसर फॉर्म में लिख के देना है, ठीक है? शीट we will be providing. Okay? So this was all about for this particular topic related to the curriculum alignment.